Hisar Foundation and Engro Foundation, in association with TV1, News 1, Waseb and FM 91, presents the 5th Karachi International Water Conference webinar series on climate change and pandemic impact on water.
We'll go to the next panelist, and I hope you are here. Garnaz Baloch, are you online? Can you hear us?
Yes, exactly. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Is that you, Garnaz? You're on the line? Thank you. Thank you
yes,
for being.
It's me.
Okay, great. Thank you for being with us today. I'd like to introduce Garnaz to all our participants. Garnaz Baloch works as an independent climate change researcher in water and gender issues in Balochistan. She is working on a PhD which focuses on gender-based challenges in rural Balochistan. She strongly believes that women must be part of every policy agenda, access to clean water and sanitation in public schools, impact of climate change on their lives, and participation in the decision-making processes and governance without any fear of gender discrimination. It's a pleasure to have you here today, Garnaz, and I'll repeat the questions which I mentioned earlier, just so that you know where and how what we're discussing. So the 3 questions, and you can answer them in any way you like or whatever you would like to share with us. Equal participation and mandates for decision making, climate change and impact on water, further challenges for gender equity, and how do you reimagine women's leadership? And from the perspective of Balochistan, we look forward to hearing from you. Thank you. You have 8 minutes, as you like. Thank you.
बहुत शुक्रिया। अब हम अपनी अगली स्पीकर की जानिब बढ़ेंगे। गिरनाज बलोच। हमारे 3 सवाल हैं। औरतों की मसावी शमूलियत, माहौलियाती तब्दीली के पानी पर असरात और मुस्तकबिल में दरपेश मसाइल और इनके सनती मसावात पर असरात।
Thank you so much. I will just ask a question to everyone in audience and presenters. I just want to ask this question to everyone, that imagine that one morning you wake up and don't find a single glass of water. You need to go to your neighbor house, or you have to travel 10 to 12 kilometers just to get water to make a special coffee and take a bath and run away for your office. How do you feel it? And this is your daily job, early morning. It seems like summer or winter. So as Alok Sharma said in COP26, that climate, gender equality, even Malala said as well, that climate change, gender equality, and girls' education all are interlinked to each other. We cannot deny that they all are separate to each other. This is my one drop of what I say, that this is a drop from my presentation or my words. Like the second one is that how women role in Balochistan. Like collecting water is just a job, like inborn job. The second thing is that managing household water, whatever the situation, you are pregnant, you are in periods, you are in a critical, even deathbed, but first you have to manage the household water. This is your job. You have to do it. And the third thing is that, like, they don't know that what they are collecting, is the water quality is good or bad. They need to collect it and provide at home. This is their job. And if I talk about Balochistan government or laws, unfortunately, Ma'am Simi knows that we don't have water policy. We don't have climate change policy, unfortunately. If government of Pakistan or World Bank or Asian Development Bank talk about water in Balochistan, they talk only about water scarcity. That is enough. They never talk in deep down that what's happening with the woman who is collecting water. Maybe get raped, maybe sexually assaulted, maybe killed in honor killing, maybe deliver a baby on the way to river. This is the real situation, or this is the real scenario of Balochistan, if I talk. Across the world, if we take the statistics, like 200 million hours for each and every girl across the world every day to collect water. If we talk about in years, this is 22,800 years they just spend to collect water. So if according to Malala Fund, recently they talk about in COP26 that in 2021, just alone 2021, 4 million girls just leave the education because of the climate change. If they say that in 2025, maybe 12 million girls will leave their schools. At last, my recommendation will be that when we think about climate change, we don't forget climate crisis is also water crisis. As Balochistan doesn't have any other option, just rainwater or groundwater. And as everyone knows that in media, everywhere, that water depletion is common nowadays. And we face shortage of rainfall every 7 or 5 years. But the question raised here that what is the role of women? Where is women? No one can find a single woman in irrigation department of Balochistan. No one can find a single woman in Wapada in Balochistan. And my recommendation is that we should provide green skills, like we should tell the young girls about home waste management. We should tell them about renewable energy, make them skillful, provide them STEM education, provide them ways of transportation. But unfortunately, here I didn't mention about the respiratory diseases is very common across Balochistan, especially in southern, because we use wood for the fuel. We don't have gas. So we need to just cook food from the wood. This is our last and first option. And at last, I want to say that I'm working on as I mentioned in my profile, that I'm working on these stories. I have a lot of stories. These are just 2 stories and 3 stories I shared. I'm looking someone can help me to highlight these stories to the world, that water scarcity is not about only water. This is related to someone's life, who left school, who left leisures of life, who didn't sleep at night just to find a glass of water for family, for herself. This is not about only water scarcity. This is about someone's life as well. Like we are living live experiences of climate crisis this time. And that's why I'm looking for someone can take these stories and publish it. And also we are thinking, writing a proposal that we should also analyze the household water quality in Balochistan, especially Gwadar and Turbat, to see what women are drinking at home. Because unfortunately, men are drinking Nestle water, men are drinking Irani water because they have a stomach problem, but unfortunately, women are not, because they don't need it. They are made up of special thing. But men need Nestle water or Irani water to survive, just for their luxurious life. This is from my side.
गरनाज बलोच, शुक्रिया। मैं आप सबसे एक सवाल करना चाहूँगी। तसव्वुर करें कि आप एक सुबह जागें और आपको अपने पड़ोस में या कुछ किलोमीटर का सफ़र करके जाना पड़े ताकि आप कॉफ़ी या चाय बना सकें, चाहे गर्मी हो या सर्दी, जैसे कि आलोक शर्मा ने COP26 में कहा और जैसा कि मलाला ने कहा कि माहौलियाती तब्दीली, सनती मसावात और लड़कियों की तालीम सब आपस में जुड़ी हुई हैं। ये मेरा एक छोटा सा हिस्सा है जो मैंने दिया। फिर बात आती है बलूचिस्तान में ख़वातीन के अहवाल की, चाहे आप हामला हों, चाहे हैज़ की कैफियत में हों या बिस्तर मर्ग पर भी हों। आपको पहले घर के लिए पानी का इंतज़ाम करना है, ये आपकी ज़िम्मेदारी है। और तीसरी बात ये कि इन औरतों को मालूम ही नहीं कि वो क्या लेकर जा रही हैं, क्या पानी का मयार अच्छा है या बुरा, वो पानी पीने के काबिल है या नहीं। और अगर मैं बलूचिस्तान की हुकूमत की बात करूं तो सीमा को भी मालूम है कि हमारी कोई भी पॉलिसी नहीं जो कि माहौलियाती तब्दीली के हवाले से हो या पानी के हवाले से। अगर हुकूमत पाकिस्तान या आलमी बैंक बलूचिस्तान में पानी के मसाइल के हवाले से बात भी करते हैं तो बस इतनी कि पानी के ज़खायर ख़त्म हो रहे हैं। कोई इस बारे में बात नहीं करता कि वो औरत जो रोज़ पानी भरती है उसको किन मुश्किलात से गुजरना पड़ता है। उस औरत का जिनसी इस्तेहसाल हो सकता है, वो जिनसी ज्यादती का शिकार हो सकती है, गैरत के नाम पर कत्ल हो सकती है, या शायद रास्ते ही में बच्चे को जन्म दे सकती है। ये हालात हैं बलूचिस्तान के, और पूरी दुनिया को देखें तो 21 मिलियन औरतें इन मसाइल का शिकार हैं। जैसे कि मलाला ने कहा कि 2021 में 4 मिलियन लड़कियों ने माहौलियाती तब्दीली के बाइस तालीम छोड़ दी, और 2025 तक 12 मिलियन लड़कियों की तालीम छोड़ देने का अंदेशा है, और इसकी वजह भी माहौलियाती तब्दीली है। बलूचिस्तान के पास सिर्फ बारिश के या ज़मीनी पानी हासिल है। अब यहाँ ये सवाल है कि औरतें कहाँ से, वापडा में, आबपाशी में, कहीं भी औरतें नज़र ना आएँ। हमें लड़कियों को शैल देनी चाहिए। और बलूचिस्तान में सांस के अमराज भी बहुत हैं, क्योंकि हम खाना पकाने के लिए लकड़ियाँ जलाते हैं। और मेरे पास इसके अलावा भी बहुत सी कहानियां हैं। मैं दुनिया को बताना चाहूँगी कि पानी की किल्लत महज पानी ना होने का नाम नहीं, बल्कि इससे एक औरत की ज़िंदगी जुड़ी होती है। वो रात में सो नहीं पाती क्योंकि इसे सुबह अपने घर वालों के लिए पानी का इंतज़ाम करना है। हम माहौलियाती तब्दीली को ही जी रहे हैं। बलूचिस्तान में ख़ासकर गवादर और तुर्बत के इलाकों में घरेलू इस्तेमाल के पानी की जाँच की बेहद ज़रूरत है कि आया वो पीने के काबिल भी है या नहीं, क्योंकि मर्द नेस्ले और ईरानी पानी पी लेते हैं क्योंकि ये इनकी सेहत के लिए ज़रूरी है, लेकिन औरतों को इसकी कोई ज़रूरत नहीं। ये मेरा हिस्सा था।